You'll be amazed what we can do. Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion. KUAM News Headlines is presented by Calvo's Insurance, a legacy of trust. Serving Micronesia since 1938. Matson Navigation, serving Guam and Micronesia for 20 years. Cars Plus, Dodge Challenger, the undisputed champion. IP&E, fueling excellence. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, located in Tamuning and Dedito. Always open, always local.
Jurors come back into the courtroom after a brief deliberation. Crystal Paco with the latest on the fate of one man accused in the death of local bodyboarder Brian Cruz. Plus, a legislative oversight hearing is held for the Guam Regional Transit Authority. Nestor Lecanto has the details. Carmen Talahi brings us a story on what local educators are doing with some advanced underwater robotic technology.
Hafa day and good evening. The verdict is in. We begin with breaking news out of the Superior Court. Crystal Paco joins us with the latest from Hagåtña as jurors have reached a verdict in the trial for J.C. White, who was one of those arrested last year in connection to the death of bodyboarder Brian Cruz. Chris?
Hafa day, Nick. After only a few hours in deliberations, jurors returned with a verdict late this afternoon. That's not guilty for manslaughter, not guilty for negligent homicide, and guilty of aggravated assault. Here's more from the courtroom earlier today. Assistant Attorney General Jeremy Kemper addressed jurors one final time.
On one hand, Mr. White is looking at a conviction of serious offense. On the other hand, Brian's kids, his family, his friends in the community, they don't get to see him anymore either. These actions have consequences. Mr. White was reckless in his actions.
Just over a year ago, friends J.C. White, Alfredo Castro, Richard Regadio, and Brian Cruz went drinking in Tucumán. Cruz, who was knocked unconscious by White, would never wake up. He died days later from severe head injuries. Regadio, who previously pleaded guilty to hindering apprehension, was spared jail time on the condition he testifies against his friends, which he did late Tuesday. Castro, though he started trial with White this week, was acquitted of kidnapping and hindering apprehension charges on Wednesday.
There doesn't appear to be any evidence other than the people who removed Mr. Cruz just weren't doing it for the purpose of concealing or doing anything. It was just, as Mr. Regadio was testified, and all the evidence seems to indicate just an extremely stupid turn of events where they assumed that Mr. White or Mr. Cruz was not seriously injured.
Now it's just White left to face a jury. His attorney Randy Cunliffe justifying White's actions, that Cruz was agitated, acting out, and instigating a fight with a bouncer from a nearby bar. Defense argues White couldn't have known a single punch would have killed his beloved friend.
People get punched all the time. Do they die? No. Is there a substantial risk that they'll die? No. We have boxing. We have MMA. They're allowed to do that. Why? Because it's not a substantial risk. If somebody punches somebody, they're going to die.
During closing arguments, defense rehashed testimony from the government's expert witness, Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Aurelio Espinola.
He was very clear. What he saw in that video did not cause the death.
Manslaughter is reckless behavior. Someone died. We know for sure that someone's dead. Mr. White was acting recklessly.
J.C. White faces anywhere from 0 to 5 years for aggravated assault. Sentencing is set for December 28. Nick, back to you.
Thanks, Chris. Well, not guilty. That's what 33-year-old Charissa Marie Tenorio pleaded to in the charges against her in local court today. She's accused of threatening to kill an apparent witness involved in the alleged major prison contraband scheme. However, she's since denied making any threat. Tenorio has since been indicted on charges of intimidation of a witness by extortion, witness tampering, and harassment. Her next court hearing is set for December 1st. Guam police were able to safely get a drunken man with a spear gun and an axe to surrender 33-year-old Junior Gataman is charged with aggravated assault, disorderly conduct, assault, terrorizing, public drunkenness, and reckless conduct. Police responded to a disturbance at an Orat home around 7 o'clock last night. Officers say the suspect appeared to be highly intoxicated while holding the two weapons. Fortunately, police were able to talk him down and take him into custody without incident. A 20-year-old man is caught at the Agate Marina with the drug ice. Justin Jerome Benevenci is charged with possession of a Schedule II controlled substance. Court documents state police patrolling the area spotted a group of men at the marina just before 11 p.m. Monday night. Officers searched one of the cars and found a pouch with baggies and glass pipes with suspected crystal meth residue. The suspect admitted to authorities that he was using the drug, but later denied owning the items found in the car. A business partnership gone wrong. Now one man is under arrest for allegedly conducting questionable business dealings with several business owners. Thomas Kevin Tehan is charged with theft of property held in trust. Court documents state one victim reported the suspect tried to pay for a previous $9,600 debt via wire transfer back in 2014, but the transaction never happened. The victim thought the payment went through and carried out the services. However, authorities say after the alleged deceptive practices, the suspect took off to the Philippines, where he stayed for some time. It was just this month police learned he was back on island and took him into custody. The most recent problem facing the public bus system appears to be a failure of maintenance. In an oversight hearing by the Transportation Committee Wednesday, GRTA officials confirmed that most of their fleet is down for repairs, but there's no contract in place to fix them. Nestor Lecanto reports.
The hearing began with impassioned testimony from GRTA riders who described how much they rely on the public bus system for life-enhancing or even life-saving transportation. But they also vented their frustrations with just getting regular, reliable rides. The hearing then shifted to GRTA management. The authority has a fleet of 12 minivans and 11 buses, but as Operations Supervisor Mark Crisostomo explained, of those 23 vehicles, 19 are down for minor and major repairs.
There's 12 buses on the road in service. GRTA has 3 operational buses of those 12. 9 are provided by the contractor.
The contractor, Kloppenberg Enterprises, is not required to provide vehicles, just the drivers and dispatch service, so it costs GRTA an additional $22 an hour to use the KEI buses. GRTA does not currently have an unscheduled maintenance contract for the buses. GRTA has been trying to get approval for a $100,000 repair and maintenance procurement order. Administrative Officer Myra Soriano.
We keyed in that requisition in May, but it so happened that due to some procurement challenges, it has not been entertained that fast.
She says GSA has since recommended a change in procurement method. Chairman Uggan recessed the hearing, recommending GRTA meet with DPW for help to get some of the buses back on the road right away.
This would also provide you with additional time to continue your conversation with DPW and ensure that if some of these buses and minivans are in need of minor repair, then DPW may be able to step in and provide that direct service.
The hearing will continue next Wednesday. For Guam's News Network, I'm Nestor Lecanto.
Thanks, Nestor. Well, stern warning from President Donald Trump to North Korea. In a major speech Wednesday before the South Korean National Assembly, Trump calling on all nations to join forces to isolate the brutal regime of North Korea and to deny it any form of support, supply, or acceptance.
The regime has interpreted America's past restraint as weakness. This would be a fatal miscalculation. This is a very different administration than the United States has had in the past. Today, I hope I speak not only for our countries, but for all civilized nations when I say to the North, do not underestimate us and do not try us. We will defend our common security, our shared prosperity, and our sacred liberty. We did not choose to draw here on this peninsula.
Trump also mentioned the presence of 3 aircraft carriers in the region as a reference to U.S. military strength. The USS Roosevelt, which just made a port visit to Guam, is one of them. The president said, quote, "We have many things happening that we hope to God we never have to use." After his speech, the president's plans for a surprise visit to the demilitarized zone was cut short when his helicopter was forced to turn back because of bad weather. Now to a health notice for the community. China City Cafe restaurant in Dededo is forced to close its doors. Public Health confirming that today. The agency citing multiple health code violations, including lack of plumbing, improper handling of food, unclean facilities, and a cockroach infestation. We'll stick around for more news here on Primetime. You're watching KUAM.
There are more ways to experience KUAM News than any other source on Guam. Download the KUAM News app for your Apple or Android device for 24/7 news, sports, videos, weather, streaming of KUAM radio, and important news alerts. And stay connected at home with Guam's first app for Apple TV. All available now from the App Store.
We value relationships. Because when we commit,
I love you guys until you're 80, until you're 90, until you're 100, forever.
We are in it for the long run. So you can enjoy the moments that matter. Because when we commit to relationships, we never stop caring. Calvo's Select Care, health care that is always there for you.
Find your reason to celebrate with a brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 at IT&E.
It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event going on now at Cars Plus and Mighty. Score big, save big with the all-new redesigned Hyundai Sonata Hybrid. Gain those extra yards with up to 45 miles per gallon highway and an introductory savings of $4,500. Or check out Guam's best offensive line, like a new Accent starting at $11,995 or the new Elantra starting at $16,995. How about the new Tucson starting at $19,995? Plus, every new Hyundai gets Guam's best warranty. It's Hyundai's Kick Off the Savings event at Cars Plus and Mighty. Cars Plus, driven by you.
When you know what you want and you want it great, look no further than Ruby Tuesday's new Steakhouse Sensations menu. Choose from a 20-ounce dry aged prime bone-in ribeye or an 8-ounce filet mignon tenderloin. Either steak seared to your preference and served with 2 specialty sides, like Denancy mashed potatoes, grilled asparagus, or roasted Brussels sprouts. Enjoy surf and turf and add a succulent lobster tail or tender grilled salmon fillet to complete your meal. This plus a whole lot more. It's Steakhouse Sensations for a limited time and only at Ruby Tuesday.
Connect with KUAM News. Find us on your favorite social media platform. Follow us and stay in the know with Guam's news leader.
Welcome back. It's time to check in with our neighbors to the north. KSPN 2's Bob Codine has your regional headlines.
Half a day. Here's what's making news in the Marianas. The Commonwealth has charged Alfonso Sebastian Parangan with first-degree murder. Last Saturday, an autopsy of Josefa Pineda confirmed that she died on October 29th as a result of an attack. In documents signed by Assistant Attorney General Terry Tenorio, Parangan left the vicinity to retrieve a knife and came back and then repeatedly attacked her, resulting in her death. He was also charged with second-degree murder, attempted second-degree murder, and attempt to kill Antonio Barrett, and also assault with a dangerous weapon. Over the years, birthing tourism has increased to the point where there are more Chinese babies born on Saipan than any other ethnicity. While that does not violate federal or local law, an indictment handed down last Friday in district court brings charges against Sen Sun, a.k.a. Sam Sun, a citizen of the People's Republic of China, for harboring illegal aliens, unlawfully employing aliens, and money laundering, all charges stemming from a birthing operation, prompting this comment from Washington Representative Gregorio Kilili Sablan.
He comes in as a tourist, overstays, and one of the problems we have with birders in the Marianas is they come in under the parole, and they don't have a lot of time to stay. Some of them get 15 days, some of them get 21 days, and then they overstay. And that's a lot of the numbers of our overstayers are either birthers or, as we've seen lately, workers.
The charges were filed by Assistant U.S. Attorney Eric O'Malley. Congressman Sablon says the action is made in the overall interest of the Northern Marianas.
Certainly not in the best interest of the Northern Marianas, and I'm very happy that the United States Attorney's Office has brought charges against him. If I find out others doing it, I will turn them in myself. It's really bad for those of us, of those in our community whose business is tourism.
I'm Bob Coldine reporting from Saipan.
The Commission on Decolonization met Tuesday for a debriefing on last month's testimony before the United Nations. Commission Executive Director Amanda Blas says it was important for Guam to again express its views on self-determination at the annual meeting of the UN Committee on Decolonization.
Regardless of what political status you advocate for, there was a consistent message that we definitely need to go forward with our island self-determination. So that was very consistent in the message to the United Nations. So we had about more than a dozen individuals who did petition on behalf of Guam, in addition to the governor.
Blas says Governor Eddie Calvo also reminded the committee about an open invitation to visit Guam to meet firsthand with local residents on self-determination. He also briefed members on the federal court ruling, which found that Chamorro-only plebiscite was discriminatory and unconstitutional. Exploring the ocean floor, local teachers find themselves looking into the depths of a new field. As Carmen Talahi reports, these educators are learning about some advanced underwater robotic technology.
Teachers from public schools and private schools are hooked on STEM, diving into their third day of training.
They had the same workshop last year, same training, except they did angelfish. This year we're doing triggerfish.
It's a lot more complicated than the angelfish, what they did last year, because that one was just with wiring, whereas this one we're actually creating the controls from scratch.
They are preparing triggerfish, remotely operated vehicles or ROVs, for their first underwater mission. Ms. Stephanie Nasirio, a geometry teacher at the Academy of Our Lady of Guam, hopes to bring the skills they learn back to the classroom.
The main essence of this is to help our students be critical thinkers, to put something together as a team, and eventually make a machine that will help test our waters, because Guam is surrounded with marine water.
For Leah Beth Nahalawa, the project director of College Pathway Program, careers in STEM are the future.
There's also a lot of careers, STEM careers, that are not filled because we don't have enough workforce. So that's why we're encouraging, through this program, we're encouraging our kids to get into STEM careers.
In fact, Guam is now a regional hub and will host a robotics competition next spring. Jim McDonnell, an engineering instructor from California at the Marine Advanced Technology Education Center, says it's really about the real world.
It's really not just a robotics competition. We tell the kids to be entrepreneurs, start a company, have a CEO, have a treasurer. You are going to design a product, which, by the way, happens to be an underwater robot. And every year you will be given a mission of real-world events, and every year that mission changes.
A mission to help our youth discover the endless possibilities. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Carmen Victoria Terlahi.
Well, the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation and the autism community together each received $6,500 from the Guam Women's Club today as beneficiaries of their Hollywood celebrity benefit show held last month. You can watch highlights of the show on Docomo TV 1 or on GTA Channel 17. You can also check out our website and mobile app for listings. Well, sports is next, but first, your island weather.
Managing our wireless data used to drive my family crazy. But now that we've switched to GTA and get all that bonus data, we're spreading the love. You sure you don't mind the wait, honey?
Take your time. I'm good.
But we're missing the game.
Nope. I've got bonus data from GTA. Come watch.
Love it.
Get 10 extra gigs of wireless data on every line every month when you bundle. Visit gta.net for more details.
For 20 years, Matson has been an important part of our everyday lives. Bringing in the cars we drive, the food we eat, and the materials that helped build our homes. From caring for our land through the Adaki Itanu program to generously supporting our local charities, Matson has contributed to the preservation and growth of our island. On behalf of those you've served throughout your 20 years on Guam, Kida Smaasi Matson.
Hi, Dad.
Warm up with the new Peking pork. Delicious crisp pork chop bites with hand-cut bell peppers and onions, wok-tossed in a sweet and sour glaze. New at Panda Express, where good fortune smiles.
Guam is truly a majestic place with its sheer natural beauty, wealth of beaches, and culturally rich landscape. Unfortunately, Guam has a real problem with unwanted invasive species. Help us in preventing their introduction and spread. The coconut rhinoceros beetle, the little fire ant, the African snail, Siam weed. These are just a few of the numerous invasives on Guam. Follow proper custom procedures when bringing plants and animals into Guam.
Help protect Guam. Tell your family and friends about invasive species.
To report invasive species, call 475-PEST.
KUAM Sports is presented by Triple J.
Off today, Marianas, Guahusi, Chris, Mekulis, woohoo, Wednesday. KUAM Sports proudly brought to you by Triple J. Let's do it, Break Fluid. Championship hoops from the Shirley's Basketball League. Sea Grill and Navy Fire playing for the B Division Championship trophy. Sharing is caring. Sea Grill working the ball around to Bert Hour-long. Top of the key, three. Maulakat. Navy Fire's Pat Paulino bringing the ball up court and passes it off to John Kanemoto, who gives it to Juwan Vallis, who was trailing in the lane. Vallis goes up for the easy lay-in. Julius Yu, Callan Fire. In the first half, hitting 5 3-pointers. Yu with the pump fake. Mullard, sidestep. Don't mind if I do. Yu pulling the trigger on the shot. Bang, bang. Ref signals for the three. Julius with a game-high 31 points, 9 total 3-pointers. Nate Torres gives it up to Pat Paulino, to Kanemoto, back to Paulino for the corner J. 6 points in the game for Paulino. And Sea Grill, crowned champions. 76-63, 23 3-pointers drained in the game. 12 from Sea Grill. Bert Hour-long going hard to the basket. Concrete getting the tough shot to go off the backboard in the W. The A Division title up for grabs in the next game between the MVP Stars and MacTech. Desden Fikes pulling up at the free throw line for 2 of his team-high 23 points. Stars jumped out to an early lead with a shooting from J.P. Cruz. Cruz spotting up in the corner. Sniper, no sniping. Darren Hechanova with a pass to Cruz, who hits a deep ball. 33 points for Cruz to lead all scorers. Kirk Long, quick dish to Eric Allegre. Defenders too late. Chamorro standard time. Allegre makes the defense pay with the 3-point shot. Joe Blas hit for 17 points. To stutter step like Joe to get to the rim. Baseline for the reverse lay-in, high off the backboard. Looking for the foul, but didn't get the call. MacTech showing some patience on offense. Fikes gets around the defender and pulls up, dumping the ball or not. Inside to Allegre for another basket. MVP Stars walk away champions of the league, 89-83. Hechanova going coast to coast in between 2 Ds for the finger roll lay-in. Hechanova put up a dub in the dub. The Tourism Cup Championship Golf Tournament, recognized by the Royal and Ancient Club as a World Amateur Ranking event. The 15th Annual GHRA Tournament, held at the Country Club of the Pacific on Saturday, November 18th and Sunday, the 19th. The success of the tournament made it possible to raise funds to benefit free safety programs and lifeguard, basic water rescue, and first aid, CPR, AED training for industry employees. Now, in the past, the GHRA tournament has raised funds to provide search and rescue equipment and supplies to GFD, beach patrol equipment and supplies to GPD, and lifeguard equipment to DPR. The #1 personal finance center Lady Crushers have the opportunity to defend their Bud Light Women's Soccer League Premier Division title when they take on the #3 quality team in the Fall 2017 Championship match November 12th at the GFA Training Center. The Lady Crushers edged #4 Bank of Guam Lady Strikers 2-1 in the first two semifinals. Quality needed extra time to eliminate #2 Napa Lady Rovers from the championship contention 2-1 in a rematch of the Fall 2016 title match. The championship match between the Lady Crushers and Quality kicks off at 7 p.m. November 12th at GFA in Harmon. The Lady Crushers have the advantage for the season, winning 4-1 against Quality in the team's opening match. All right, thank you so much for watching Marianas. Guahusi Chris Estadios.
Nissan's fall clearance event is on. Save as much as $8,000 on the award-winning Titan. Get the best price of the year on the full line of sedans, trucks, and SUVs. Drive away in the all-new Rogue Sport, including rear-view camera, text messaging assistant, and streaming audio for only $120 per pay period. You'll find more great deals on the Altima SR, the Legendary C, or the 7-passenger Quest, starting at just $149 per pay period during the fall clearance event at Nissan Upper Tumon. Find out more at nissanguam.com.
Armani Uggan Alalia, happy 22nd birthday. Love Grandma Uggan, Nina, and the family. Joseph John Borja, happy 5th birthday to our sunshine, Jojo. We love you forever. Remember, you can be a part of the Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club. Just register online on KUAM.com. Make sure to include your photo, your name, and your birthday. Well, that's our show. Good night.
Closed captioning is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Hafa day, everybody, and welcome to the show. I'm Jason Salas, and we start with this week's edition of the Culture Club, introducing you to our friend Luke Tatautau.
Hafa day, Guahusi Luke Tatautau. Sumasagadu Giza Talampagu, 25 anos.
Tatautau is a cultural practitioner of the performing arts, dance and chant. He says it started back in Antolon Middle School with his mother's encouragement.
She forced me to join the after-school Chamorro dance program under Sana Eileen Meno, Master Chamorro Dance.
After about 2 months, Tatautau was hooked.
I continued on for about 13 years.